JT, just your thoughts on how this one ended up tonight?
Yeah, I think honestly we did a lot of good stuff tonight. Penalty kill needs to be a little bit better, obviously, and it's about getting 2 points. And doing good things is not enough. At this point, we need to find ways to win games. And it's a good hockey team over there, deep hockey team, and they can't capitalize on their chances tonight.
JT, what's the mood in the locker room right now? I mean, it does seem like it's slipping away, but I'm sure you guys don't think that way.
We're fighting. We're going to fight until there's nothing left to fight for, and that's every guy in this room, and that's the mentality that I see, that I hear in between periods, I hear before and after games, and this group wants it really, really bad.
Chichi, is there anything from those 2 7-game stretches that you can call upon to just kind of turn things around now? I mean, when you were
What was your question, sorry?
Those 2 7-game winning streaks, is there anything you can take from that to apply now when you were playing much better?
The belief's there. Like, we know we can do it. It's just about being consistent with it and doing it against some really good teams that we're going to play down the stretch.
You talked the other night about commitment, and I wonder how personally did you guys take that on the rest of this road trip to kind of show that?
I don't really see a lot of what he says in the media. I hear what he says in the locker room, and every time he's challenged this group, we've responded, and may not always get the result, but the desire and the work ethic is there, and you learn stuff about your team when you play good teams, and there's just a little more to clean up.
I thought honestly a very good start. I thought we handled the pressure really well from the start on. Created good chances. Even though the first period turned out 2-1, I thought we handled it really well. Created a lot of chances, and then 2-3 mistakes, and then you look at the scoreboard, and obviously then it's 3-1, 4-1, and then it's hard to get that back against that team.
Todd's talked recently about the commitment it takes, how hard teams have to play this time of year to win. What's your take on that within this locker room as far as the commitment to that?
I thought we did the little things well today. Obviously you're not going to stop the first line for 60 minutes, but I thought we managed it fairly well. Contained them to the outside, even created when they were on the ice, and just didn't really capitalize on our chances. I think that's something got to be honest with ourselves, that has to be better, especially against a team like that. And along the road now, we're only going to play good teams, and if you don't capitalize on your chances, it's going to be hard to win those games.
What is the confidence level with the team right now? I mean, it's going to be tough if you guys want to. I mean, you guys still have hope in here?
For sure, the belief is there. We know we can be a good team. I think there are stretches where we definitely showed that. We just got to really put it together, and then we just can't let the other games slip now. Every game is a do or die game almost, and now it's just crunch time, and I think hopefully we're ready for it.
How do you turn it into your advantage now? You've got a rare little homestand, the last really left, not a lot of home games left.
Yeah, we got to take care of home ice and then find a couple greasy road wins. I think other than that, there is not much to be said. Got to find points along the way. Still, we got to play proper hockey. Thought for the most part we did that, and we just analyzed, and then I think if we capitalize on our chances, we're looking at a different game.
Obviously a tough situation for Alex tonight on the back-to-back with the travel. What do you think of how he played in there?
I think he played really well. I think on the goals, they were tough. One was right in front of his crease, where Nichushkin has a lot of net to just put it in. The other one, I think he gets kind of screened on the power play. Not a lot you can do. I mean, I think it looks easy from the outside, but I thought he handled it really well, played good hockey. Managed the puck well too for us, gave us good outlets, and definitely not his fault tonight.
No, what was the energy level? I mean, third game in 4 nights and a lot of travel here lately. Did you feel the energy was there for you guys?
Yeah, I thought you saw the start. I think we came out with a lot of juice. Played well against a team that's obviously known to be good at home and kind of dominates teams there. and we did it. We did it well for the first 10 minutes. I think we weathered the storm, created chances, defend well, and then kind of let the game get away from us a little bit.
JT talked about wanting to fight till there's nothing left to fight for. Like, how important is that to see from everybody in this room down the stretch?
That's the most important thing I think we could ask from everyone right now. We just can't let ourselves down. We can't look for any excuses. Nobody else is going to come in and help us. This is it. This is the locker room, and you got to just pull on the strings together here. Got to make it work, and as I said before, got to find points no matter how and no matter what.
Thanks.
Todd, how much of tonight's game was about their best players being their best players and getting the job done for them at home?
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head. McCarr, McKinnon, a few of the others. When you enter the game, you're obviously concerned because they're real good players, and I thought we did a fairly good job of checking them, but they only need one or two free breaks and they make you pay, and they certainly did that tonight. The team's very good offensive team, but probably doesn't get enough credit for how well they check too. They catch you from behind a lot and they really skate well. So with our schedule, we knew what we were up against. Thought we put a pretty good effort in against a real good hockey club, and obviously not enough.
Prior to the game, you talked about maybe using their aggressiveness against them and turning that into opportunities for yourself. Were you able to do enough of that tonight, although not just for the goals, as far as your execution of that?
Well, I would say the answer is no, but that's not because we weren't attempting to do it. They just played well. They were a fresh team. They came home from the road. They had good practice. They skated well, and anytime we potentially had a break or a chance to get away, they were skating well enough to disrupt. Didn't get many opportunities, but that's what good teams do.
I mean, nobody likes to hear schedule loss, but when you saw this one, like third and fourth nights against these guys, it's going to be a tough task, probably.
Well, the league is full of tough nights. I recall beating Vegas, I think, 2 weeks ago in our building. And sometimes you get the crappy end of a schedule, but I'm not going to stand here and say, hey, you know what, that's why we lost. We made some mistakes. They're good players, capitalized. Would have we liked to have fresh tanks? Would have given us maybe a better opportunity, but I've been in this building with teams before and playing back-to-back, and it got pretty ugly quick. Maybe that's why I feel a little bit better about our effort. Because I've been on the ugly end of some bad games back-to-back here.
You said the other day about how badly does the team want to make the playoffs, that you're learning about that. What did you see? I mean, yesterday was kind of a weird game.
Yeah, it was
right?
very odd. Yesterday was I watched the chances for and against in yesterday's game. I think we talked about it. There's nothing useful in that game at all. Some bad reads or some good reads on both sides, but.
More useful tonight?
Yeah, you know what? Well, that's a fast, aggressive team. We can look at, there's always lessons in a game. A 10-1 win or a 10-1 loss, there's lessons in a game, there's teachable moments. For us to say that we're not going to pay any attention to what happened tonight would be a real big error. I think some of our forwards D can learn from situational play. We can take something from their team and apply it to ours. Big thing for us right now is getting home and spending a day to rest. And we know what's ahead of us this week, 2 big games. And in our own building, we better be prepared to play.
How do you stay mentally fresh? I know you're staying overnight and because of scheduling situations, but it's just another tough grind straight ahead.
Well, I think you're dead on, and there's 800 players and probably 100 coaches in the league right now that understand that's the way it's going to be. But the ones that are lucky enough get to do it for another 6 weeks, and that's just how it is in the playoffs too. So we're in it right now. We're battling for it. It's a grind. Part of growing up as a young player or a young team is dealing with it. And we're learning those lessons. And some nights we do it well, and some nights we don't. So let's keep improving if we can.
Alex, having to go back to back, how do you feel he did?
Well, that was, I talked myself into playing Talbot yesterday, and obviously he couldn't go. And there was reasons for doing that. Playing back to back at this elevation with last night's taxing game. I got a lot of respect for that guy. It wasn't easy, and he got tested by a real good hockey club tonight, made some good saves. I'm sure he's exhausted, and he'll get his rest, but he answered the call, and we're happy for that.
Was it something Cam aggravated this morning, or?
No, it was, I guess it was yesterday, and it worked its way into today. And by the time we all got out of bed and began our meetings and treatments for the day, he wasn't able to go. So that's sometimes you're throwing a curveball.
Is there hope that he could be available for?
Yeah, I think that there's a chance he can be. We got to get him home, and like everybody else, evaluate when we get there.
Is there, to be in the spot where you're chasing and the clock's kind of ticking louder as it goes, what are the most important things you want to see from your group as they kind of try to keep it smaller, I guess?
Well, I think that's a real good answer to your question for me anyhow. Keep it small. Focus on what's in front of us. There were other teams in our ballpark, I believe, that lost tonight, so it's unfortunate we couldn't gain them. But the golf or the gap between being in and out isn't huge right now. And we just took a big run through some of the top teams in the league, and it was a tough run, but we've got some games ahead of us that we need to find some points.
Just to check that there's nothing new on Peter, right?
On Peter, no, nothing. He'll fly back with us and get a better evaluation, but he won't. I can probably tell you he won't be available on Thursday we play.
How about Elmer? Is that a concern? I mean, is that just day?
Yeah, well, he re-aggravated his injury from before the last shift of the game, and he won't be available Thursday as well.
Thanks, Todd.